I quit my job after 6 nights. Most people don't understand how someone can walk away from a job that pays well and has basically zero responsibility. But I guarantee you this, if you had seen what I saw on that last night, you would have run and never looked back. My name is Luke, I'm 28, and for 6 nights I worked as a night security guard at an abandoned hospital in upstate New York. My job was simple: patrol every hour and make sure no one broke in. They were paying me $800 per week. Easy money, right? Wrong. The first 3 nights were boring but quiet. The hospital had been emptied 2 years ago. My routine was simple. Every hour I'd do a complete patrol with my tactical flashlight. Ground floor to the 5th floor, then back to my security room. On the 3rd night I started noticing small things. A chair facing the wrong direction. A door I had closed now slightly open. On the 4th night at midnight I saw footprints. Barefoot prints in the dust on the 2nd floor. Small prints like from a woman. They led to an old examination room. The prints entered, made a complete circle and went back to the door. As if someone had walked in circles and left. I should have left that night. But I stayed. On the 5th night I brought my old phone and recorded my entire patrol. Back in the security room I reviewed the footage on fast forward. My blood ran cold. At minute 12:34 you could clearly see, I was turning a corner on the 3rd floor when exactly 30 seconds later, a shadow passed through the same hallway. A human figure walking in the same direction I had gone. Someone was following me, always one corridor behind. I locked myself in the security room and called my supervisor. He convinced me to wait for backup, offering me a $500 bonus. I was young, stupid, and needed money, so I stayed. On the 6th night I came back with a plan. I was going to break the pattern. I arrived at 10 p.m. but left for patrol at 10:30 instead of 11 p.m. Went straight to the 5th floor in silence, flashlight off. I hid inside a room and waited. Then I saw it. A tall, thin figure wearing an old medical coat. Walking slowly, head moving side to side. Looking for me. The person stopped. Turned their head directly toward my hiding spot. Even in the dark, this person knew I was there. And started walking toward me. I ran. Went down the stairs as fast as I could. When I reached the 1st floor, I heard something that made my heart stop. There was more than one person. Whispers coming from different directions. I ran to the main exit. But there was a new chain with a padlock. Someone had locked me inside. I looked back. 3 figures in lab coats coming down the stairs. All in silence. Walking, not running. As if they knew I had nowhere to go. There was a broken window on the 1st floor. I ran to it and jumped, twisted my ankle but kept running to my car and left without looking back. A couple weeks later, I saw on the news they found a camp inside that hospital. A group of people living there. But I know it wasn't just that. Those people studied me for 3 nights. Learned my routine. And on the 6th night they were ready. To this day I wonder, what were they going to do if I had stayed for a 7th night? I don't want to know. I've never told anyone this story, because every time I think about it, I realize how close I came to disappearing forever. My name is Marina, I'm 29, and 3 years ago I accepted a ride from strangers on a dark highway in rural Ohio. This is what happened. It was a Saturday night in late September. I was driving from Columbus to Cleveland after my cousin's wedding. Around 11:45 p.m., my car died on Route 30. No cell signal. Battery at 15%. I walked for 20 minutes until I found a closed gas station. The payphone was broken. That's when a silver SUV pulled into the parking lot. A woman in her 50s rolled down the window. "Car trouble, honey?" She and her husband Carl offered to drop me at the next town. There was a hotel there. They looked normal. Safe. So I got in the back seat. The first 15 minutes were fine. Normal small talk. The woman's name was Margaret. But then she started asking very specific questions. "Where exactly in Cleveland do you live? Do you live alone? Does anyone know you're driving home tonight?" I gave vague answers. When she asked if I lived alone, I said, "No, my boyfriend is waiting for me." Silence. Then Margaret said, her voice cold, "I thought you said you lived alone." I never said that. I was absolutely certain. Carl's eyes met mine in the rearview mirror. The whole energy in the car changed. We passed the exit Margaret had mentioned. I didn't say anything. 5 minutes later we passed another exit. Wasn't that the exit?" I started. "There's a better hotel up ahead," Carl interrupted. But there was nothing up ahead. Just darkness. The car slowed down. Carl took an exit onto a smaller road. No lights. No buildings. Just trees. "Where are we going?" I asked. "Shortcut," Carl said. I pulled out my phone and loudly said, "Hey babe." Yeah, I'm about 10 minutes away. Love you too. I was talking to no one. I had no signal. But I needed them to think someone was expecting me. Margaret and Carl exchanged a look. The car slowed down even more. We were on a dirt road now. You know what? I said. Can you let me out here? I should call AAA. We're almost there, Carl said. I need to get out. Now. Carl stopped the car. I didn't wait. I opened the door and got out fast. Thank you for the ride, I said, backing away. Margaret spoke again. You sure you want to stay out here alone? My boyfriend is picking me up. He's 5 minutes away. I watched the SUV disappear. Then I ran back toward the highway in complete darkness until I saw the lights of Route 30. A truck driver stopped and gave me a ride to a gas station. I called my sister. I reported it to the police the next day. 2 months later, I saw a news story. A body had been found in the woods off Route 30. A young woman, mid-20s. Missing for 3 weeks. The location? Less than 2 miles from that dirt road where Carl and Margaret had taken me. That could have been me. If someone offers you a ride and starts asking personal questions, get out. Because sometimes the people who seem the safest are the most dangerous. I had to move 3 times in 6 months. Changed my phone number twice. Deleted all my social media. And I still don't feel safe. My name is Julia, I'm 26, and for 4 months I was stalked by someone I trusted. Someone who had keys to my apartment. This is my story. It started in March. I'm a graphic designer in Portland. One Tuesday, I got a DM on Instagram from an account with no profile picture. Saw you at Stumptown Coffee today. You looked beautiful in that blue sweater. I was wearing a blue sweater that day. At Stumptown. I blocked the account. Next day, a new account. I loved your hair in a ponytail today. I had worn my hair in a ponytail. I started looking at my followers. 8 new accounts. All created recently. All with no profile pictures. The messages got worse. You should close your curtains at night. That pink mug is your favorite, isn't it? Then came photos of me I'd never posted. Photos taken from across the street. Through my window. Then, a photo of me sleeping. I called the police. They said without concrete threats, there wasn't much they could do. I installed cameras and changed my locks. But the messages continued. New locks won't help. I saw you bought cameras. Smart girl. You had Thai food for dinner? Pad CEW extra chicken. Whoever this was, new details I'd only told a few people. I made a list. My best friend Sarah, my brother, my ex, my landlord, and my neighbor Mike. Mike had lived next door for 8 months. We'd become friendly. I'd given him a spare key when I went home for Christmas. One night, I was reviewing my camera footage. At 2:47 p.m. while I was out, my front door opened. But I hadn't left at 2:47. I had left at 2:15. Someone had entered my apartment. I went back through previous days. Multiple times, my door would open while I was out. Someone would enter, stay 10 to 15 minutes, then leave. The camera never caught their face. They knew where the cameras were. But I noticed something. A brown canvas jacket. I'd seen Mike wearing that exact jacket. I called the police. They went to question Mike. His apartment was completely empty. Like he'd never lived there at all. The police searched Mike's apartment. What they found made me sick. Hundreds of photos of me pinned to a wall. Photos from the past 8 months. From outside. From inside. Photos of me sleeping, showering, changing. A journal documenting my routine. What time I left, what I ate, who I talked to. And copies of my apartment key. Mike wasn't even his real name. They're still looking for him. It's been 6 months. They haven't found him. I moved that same week. Moved again when I thought I saw him. Deleted everything. I'm in my 3rd apartment now. I check my locks 5 times before bed. I cover my laptop camera. I never post my location. And I never give anyone a spare key. Stalkers aren't always strangers. Sometimes they're people you trust. People who seem completely normal. If you feel like you're being watched, trust that feeling. Install cameras. Change your locks. Tell the police. Because the person stalking you might already have your key. These 3 stories are real. They happen to real people. And the scariest part? Things like this happen every single day. If you've been through something similar or know someone who has, leave it in the comments. Sometimes just sharing helps other people recognize the warning signs. And if you enjoy this type of content, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because every week I bring you real horror stories that will make you rethink those innocent decisions you make every day. Drop a like if any of these stories scared you. And tell me, which one hit you the hardest? The abandoned hospital, the highway ride, or the stalker neighbor? Remember, trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Until next time, if you dare.